Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for June 9, 2023, the Island of Corruption edition. And we begin with that story from Governing, a first-time contributor to the Daily Compliance News, which says that Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton was on his own island of corruption of his own. Paxton's problems are well documented and well known. He basically has had contributors pay from things like house renovations to other contributions. So it's going to be very interesting. They've got 4 of the absolute best lawyers in Texas prosecuting and defending Paxton. So it's going to be just a great lawyer show. Next up, from the New York Times, Mark Zuckerberg lays out his vision to Meta employees as a roadmap. In an all-hands gathering, he explained his plans for artificial intelligence, the metaverse, and rebooting Meta's culture. Let us hope that that reboot of culture would be stop engaging in unethical and illegal acts. But he sees the wisdom of his follies, and he delivered his remarks to Meta's employees, both live and online. He detailed plans for Meta's making improvements to Reels to better take on TikTok, and he talked about other initiatives with AI and other new technologies. Next up, from Reuters, disgraced former JPMorgan executive and Barclays CEO Jes Staley rejected JPMorgan's accusations that he alone controlled Jeffrey Epstein as a client or customer of the bank. Well, it was probably a little bit of both, but it's going to be hard for Morgan to say it was all Staley, and Staley certainly cannot say, or most probably can't say, it's all JPMorgan. And our final story comes to us from the Wall Street Journal. In a wide-ranging interview with SEC Chair Gary Gensler, he said he's had crypto in his sights for years and that he has never seen more non-compliance in financial. He called it non-compliance and hype masquerading as reality. And I think that's a pretty good moniker for the crypto industry. Certainly Binance and perhaps Coinbase in their SEC enforcement actions will feel his wrath. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.